They didn't see anything. They didn't hear anything. And that is the point. Hello, my lovely monsters. I'm Fasa the Super Chimera, and I've returned with a new build for the Titan. Let's get to it. Part 1. The weapon. We're using the exotic Void Sword, the Heartshadow. This comes with the exotic perk, Exhumation. Am I saying that right? Heavy attacks made with full sword energy turn you invisible and fire exploding void projectiles. Pull the trigger and hit dudes with your balls. Typical Guardian stuff. The next perk is Shot in the Dark. Remaining invisible grants this weapon increased damage for a brief duration. Hitting a target with this weapon's projectiles while Shot in the Dark is active weakens them. This gives us access to the Weaken debuff, which makes enemies take 15% more damage, which is always nice, right? Finally, the Catalyst, Wraith Walk, faster movement while invisible. Not the most OP perk in the game, but this lets us advance more quickly, so I'll take it. Part 2, the armor. We're using the exotic legs, Abeyant Leap. These come with the perk Puppeteer's Control. Dranger's Lash spawns 2 additional projectiles, tracks targets more aggressively, and travels farther. Gain Woven Mail when suspending targets. I like these exotics. Suspend is a powerful effect, and Woven Mail is always appreciated, and we'll be taking full advantage of it soon enough. Part 3, class and mods. We're rocking the Berserker for all that green goodness. I recommend the Rally Barricade for the shorter cooldown and the Shackle Grenade for more suspend options. And don't forget that now you can gain Woven Mail with them too. Our first aspect is Dranger's Lash. Activate your class ability to create a ripple in reality that travels forward along the ground, suspending and damaging targets it hits. This one is a must because of our exotic legs, but don't forget we have the bonus of Woven Mail now. Our second aspect is Banner of War. Defeat a target with a melee attack, finisher, or a sword to raise the Banner of War that pulses with energy, periodically healing nearby enemies and increasing melee and sword damage. Targets defeated by you and nearby allies charge the banner, increasing the speed of its pulses. This lets us increase the damage of Heartshadow and heal ourselves constantly. It's a beautiful thing. As for our fragments, first up is Thread of Continuity. Suspend, unravel, and sever effects applied to targets have increased. We'll be tapping into all the verbs in this build, so this is useful, but feel free to change it out if you want. Next up is Thread of Mind. Defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy. This will help us throw out more barricades, which will leave the bad guys just hanging around. Next is Thread of Wisdom. Defeating suspended targets creates an orb of power. Like I said, the bad guys are just hanging around, so now we get more orbs. And more orbs is a good thing if you ask me. Finally, Thread of Warding. Picking up an orb of power grants Woven Mail, minus 10 to resilience. We're going to be making a lot of orbs, so this just helps us keep Woven Mail up as long as possible. For our artifact mods, I recommend running a Strand special weapon to take advantage of unraveling orbs and Horde Shuttle, and of course, use whatever mods fit the content you're running. To mix things up a bit, I'm going to recommend a weapon that uses Repulsor Brace to add a Void Overshield. This makes you pretty tanky and lets you turn the aggression up all the way to the max, which is my preferred way to play, honestly. But these are just my recommendations. Do what you want. I'm not your dad, but I can be your daddy. Moving to armor mods, on the head you want a Void Siphon mod if you're using a Void primary weapon, but feel free to use the siphon that works best for your loadout. I also recommend a heavy ammo finder mod to keep Heartshadow topped off. On the arms, I recommend Bolstering Detonation for more class ability energy, Impact Induction for more grenade energy, and Momentum Transfer for more melee energy. On the chest, I recommend Charged Up for more armor charge, Lucent Blade to increase our sword recharge rate, and Void Reserves to increase the amount of ammo we can carry. On the legs, we want Recuperation for health on an orb pickup, and 2 Void Surge mods to increase our sword's damage. And finally, on our class item, we want Time Dilation to increase the uptime of Surges, Reaper for more orbs, since, we're using barricades non-stop, it just fits. And finally, Distribution because why the hell not? With all these pieces working together, we get Woven Mail, Invisibility, Suspend, and Weaken all rolled into one. It's really fun. I was surprised how fun, honestly. But before I elaborate on that, I gotta talk about the most important piece of any Destiny build. Part 4, the fashion. This is the outfit. And you know what? I kinda dig it. I went with the knight look because we're using a sword. Since there's a heavy focus on Void, I wanted to use purple. I used the Legacy Oath Gauntlets from the Deepstone Crypt raid and various pieces of the Virtuous set because of the glow and their overall knightly look. I then used the Reticule Lock ornament for the legs to fit everything together. Finally, I used the Techno Fusion shader to give everything that green and purple for the mix of Strand and Void. I think this Techno Knight look works. It's sleek, but intimidating. Kind of like the build if you think about it. Henceforth, the build will be known as Abeyant Shadow. The shadows are yours to command. Slip in and out of the darkness to leave your enemies scared and lost in the wires of your trap, waiting for the perfect moment. And when that time comes, strike with deadly precision. So that's the build. As always, tell me your thoughts. Do you like the build? Do you like the outfit? Are there any adjustments you'd make? Talk to me in the comment section below. If you don't know what to say, how about shadows? That feels right, right? By the time this is up, Into the Light is upon us. So, if you're looking to try out some new builds, feel free to try this one out. If you want more, I have a playlist right here. If you're a fan of Destiny's lore, I've done a few lore books in a playlist here. Let me know if you want more readings or if you want me to do something specific. Much love to all the new subscribers. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you for subscribing. It means everything to me. I can't even begin to describe how it feels. But that's it for this episode. I got more builds to work on, and I got some guns to grind for. I am Fasa the Sober Chimera. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. It is an honor and a privilege. And I will see all of you beautiful monsters next time.